Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Daisy, and in this video today we are going to be talking about the safest cities to live in. Okay, so this video was actually inspired by how am I gonna say it? By it was actually inspired by a video I made like a couple of days ago, where I was talking about the things I like and things I don't like. So part of the things I don't like that I mentioned was the fact that I don't like the fact that you be going on the street and you're scared of holding your bags because of a phone. People can just snatch your phones or your valuables and all of that. So I talked about that. I didn't like that fact, the fact that you can just be on the street and anyone can just snatch your phone. I live in the city of Sao Paulo, and yeah, so while I made the video, my great commenters, my subscribers, two of them actually made comments to the fact that, oh, there are some places and cities in Brazil that you don't have to feel that way when you're walking around with your phone. So I didn't used to know that, because the two places I have lived so far, you cannot walk on the street with your phone in your hand. You have to actually put your phone in your bags and hold your bags really well, hold your valuables really well. So reading from their comments, I realized, or I was able to figure from what they said, that there are some safer cities that you can live in and use your phone any day, anytime, without you having the fear of anyone snatching your phone. So now when we talk about safety in Brazil, we are not talking about maybe you're going on the street and somebody comes to attack you. No, that doesn't happen here. There is no war and there is no kidnapping. There is not all this type of things. What we are talking about in this video is property safety. Okay, the safety of your properties. How safe are your properties when you come to Brazil? So from my experience, I have lived in Rio de Janeiro and I have also lived in Sao Paulo. So these are the two states I have lived in, and my experiences when it comes to properties hasn't been that nice, even though there are lots of amazing, beautiful things about Brazil. You can check my videos, other of my videos, if this is your first time coming across my channel, to see the good things that Brazil represents. Okay, so this is actually for safety. We are talking about safety here, and this does not represent everything Brazil is all about. Okay, there are more benefits in Brazil. There are more things to benefit in Brazil in positives than in negatives. Okay, so I'm just saying this so that in case you come across my video for the first time, you don't have a wrong impression of Brazil. Brazil is one of the best countries in the world. Today we are talking safety. We are talking property safety, not safety for human life. If it's for human life, it's actually very safe. There's nothing wrong with you moving around. No kidnapping, no war, no nothing. We are just talking property safety. So now in the two cities I have lived in, like I said, you cannot handle your properties anyhow. You have to really keep them safe. So now, coming back to what my commenters said, thank you so much, Napoleon Okugbe. Let me check so that I don't pronounce your name wrongly. Yeah, I think I'm correct. Napoleon Okugbe, and the other person, Pause Smart. Thank you so much for your great comments all the time. Thank you so much for bringing light into certain things that wasn't understandable, because to my understanding, from the cities that I've lived, you cannot handle your properties just carelessly. You have to really keep them. But from your comments, I got to learn that there are certain cities that you can actually not feel unsafe with your properties. Thank you so much for your comments. I learned a lot from both of you, and this is me saying to people, and that is what brought about this video today. Okay, so now I decided to embark on the journey of searching for more cities that are safer to live in. Okay, based on the fact that I have had two commenters say that there are other cities that are much more safer than Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, okay, that I have lived in. Okay, so now according to what they say, one of them, which is Napoleon, he said he lives in Sao Jose. Okay, San Jose. So that San Jose is very safe, and he doesn't have that fear whenever he handles his phone or properties around there. So that might be a very great place for you to move into. And he said that he made a lot of research before he actually moved there. So another person, the other person, Lost Smart, Paul Smart, he actually made he actually made a comment to the fact that he said that he went to Florianópolis and it was quite safe there. He didn't have that fear of property theft and all of that stuff. He also mentioned Santa Catarina, I think. He mentioned Santa Catarina as one of the safest places also to go that you can move to. So you might want to explore these places they have mentioned. I'm going to be putting more of safe places to live in my description box, so you can actually go check on them and see and read more about them to see how safe they are. And now just to say, while I was making my research, because due to the fact that my commenters and my subscribers mentioned that there are other cities that are safe to live in, I decided to embark on the journey to search more for other cities that people claim is safe. I have never lived there, so I cannot guarantee that yeah, it's safe because I've never lived there. I can only talk about where I live. I have lived in Rio de Janeiro, and I am currently living in Sao Paulo, and for property theft, it is not safe. According to them, they said, one of them said that even in some provinces or in Sao Paulo, there are safe places. Well, I cannot guarantee anything. I live in Sao Paulo, and all I know is there is phone snatching. It doesn't matter where you go to. Now, let me differentiate this. You might live, we all live in cities where, like I am here now, I am not living in a dangerous area, but I can go out there now, somebody comes with a bike and snatch my phone and go away. But my area is not dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? It's not war-torn, or it's not dangerous in any way. You can go freely, go back and come in, and nobody hurts you, nobody harms you. But at the end of the day, you can actually have somebody come around and snatch your phone. So it's actually very possible that way. You might live in the finest areas, you might live in very safe areas, but you still somehow need to be very careful. Maybe you can stay in areas where you don't have too much young boys that hang around the streets. That might help as well. So for me, anywhere you are in Sao Paulo, for me, I would advise you to keep your properties very safe. Okay, even though you might live in the most quiet and the most less populated areas, I would still advise keep your properties to yourself in Sao Paulo very well. Okay, very, very well. Now, when I was making my research, like I was saying, I had to go see more if there are more cities people claim is safer. And I read an article, and in this article, this person actually listed a couple of cities that are safe to live in, and two of these cities caught my attention because I have actually been to these two cities. And I'm actually confused. Now, one of the cities this article mentioned was Rio de Janeiro as one of the safest places, property safety. Okay, we are not talking of human life safety. We are talking property safety now. Now, this person mentioned Rio de Janeiro as one of the safest cities to live in when it comes to property safety. I beg to disagree because I have lived there. So I'm surprised that somebody can actually put online. So that is why it is very important for you to be very sure of what you're searching, because it is human beings like you and I that collect those information and put them online for you to come and read. So you have to read from different sources to be sure of what you are, the information you're taking in. Okay, so Rio de Janeiro being part of the places he or she put there, the person who owns the article, is actually absolutely wrong, because I have lived in Rio de Janeiro, and for property theft, you cannot hang your phones around anyhow. You need to keep your properties really, really well, okay, in Rio de Janeiro. So if you come across any article that adds Rio de Janeiro as one of the cities that are safe, that properties safe, it is actually very wrong. It's wrong. I live there, and I had to always put my phone properly in my bags and watch my properties. It's wrong, okay? So Rio de Janeiro is not part of the cities that are safe when it comes to properties and phone theft, okay? So now another city that I saw there was Brasilia. Now, I have not lived in Brasilia before, but I've gone to Brasilia. And then when I was in Brasilia, I remember when I got to the bus park, I was there waiting for somebody. I was there waiting for a particular time, then to take Uber to where I was going. So I was at the bus park. While I was there, the police came there. You know what? We were all sitting at the park. Travelers. We were all travelers, and then we were seated there. And all of a sudden, I saw that there were a lot of policemen coming around with dogs to sniff our bags, to smell our bags. I'm like, is it like, because I've not seen it happen in Sao Paulo, and I didn't see that happen in Rio de Janeiro. And when I saw that in Brasilia, I'm like, whoa. Now they were smelling our bags with their dogs. Everybody, we were sitting down. And you know, when you're traveling, you see a whole lot of people at the park, right? At the bus park, yeah? Everyone is sitting down. And then, you travelers are usually many. Everybody's bag was being sniffed, I don't know, by the dogs. So what that is telling me is now that what that signifies to me, if there is no level of crime in that city, why is there a need to come and check if we are all on drugs? Because the reason they brought those dogs is to check to see if we have transported drugs from where we're coming from into that city, Brasilia. So there should be, or maybe you're going out of Brasilia, and then maybe you're carrying drugs out of Brasilia. Remember, when you are in a bus park, it is not only travelers that are coming in that are at the park. Travelers that are going out are also in the park. So we are all being searched with a dog. Our bags are being sniffed with a dog. So that tells me that there is a level of criminality in that city. So that city being part of the safe, property safe, so I don't agree with it, because if there is a rise in drug sales in that city, it means there is a possibility of phone theft to be rampant there, because now people who sniff drugs would always need money to buy these things, and they don't work. They are always passed out, so they would always need money. So any city or country that there is drug, there is crime, any type of crime, believe me. I repeat myself, any city that there is drug, or any country that is drug prone, people know them as drug dealers, there is extreme criminality going on in that country or in that city. There is no way drugs will exist in a city and there is no other type of crime there. Drug is the highest level, apart from murder, is the highest level of criminality. Then once there is drug anywhere, there is other crimes. Because with drugs, you will want to steal, you will want to kill, you will want to do anything. Anything can happen where there are drugs. So you cannot tell me that Brasilia is part of them if they can come to sniff our bags, smelling our bags to see if we brought in drugs or we are taking out drugs. That means there's a level of criminality going on in that city. That is all. It's my opinion. You might have a different opinion from what I just said now. It's okay to have a different opinion. And yeah, so that is what I have to say. So in my description box, I'm going to be putting other cities that have been mentioned, but I am not sure of because I have not lived there. But based on my research, I've collated certain cities, some cities that I will put in my description. But I have eliminated Brasilia and I have eliminated Rio de Janeiro, because to me, I don't think they are. In fact, Rio is not property safe. Okay, but Brasilia, I have not lived there. But based on the fact that we were at the park and then the police came around to sniff our bags, everybody with dogs, it means that there is a type on or a level of criminality in that city. So I don't know, I cannot guarantee that there wouldn't be phone theft or any other property theft in that type of city. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you have questions for me, put it down in the comment section below. You can head to my description box below to see the cities that I have listed, including the cities that my commenters and my subscribers mentioned. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.